Morning, guys. Welcome to Words from a Friend podcast. I'm your host, Marty Curie, and this is the podcast that follows my book, Words from a Friend, a daily guide to a purposeful life. It's available at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. We're on a 365-day inner journey together, so happy and grateful to have you along. We're on day 223 of that journey. Today's message is your new core beliefs. Your new core beliefs. It starts as an understanding. It's a new understanding, unless you already know it, and you're kind of following the podcast for further expansion of self. Just maybe some new nuggets of gold. But if you're starting off kind of like, hey, this is all kind of new, this whole spiritual thing, this whole knowing who I really am thing, it's new to you. It doesn't surprise me. Does not surprise me, and it's completely okay. We all come around to it. We all come to it at some point, realizing that, the 3D world is not all it's cracked up to be. In fact, far off what it's cracked up to be, what it could be, certainly what it could be, right? So we are each an artist of what that outside world looks like. We think it doesn't really matter. Our little brushstroke, our words that come out of our mouths, our thoughts, words, and deeds, they don't really matter. It's just, our own little self and our own little opinion, and that's it. We're a speck of dust going in the wind after a while. Well, no, we're not. We're so much more than that. We're a pillar of the light. We each are a pillar of light for the light to bring it here. And when we recognize that that's the foundation of our purpose here, it can change our whole path forward if you allow it. If you allow that understanding that you are love and you are the light that you seek, and you are just, as when you serve it and walk in it and embody it, you become that pillar of light, and you just feel good. You feel good. You're doing the right things for yourself because you're keeping this pillar in great shape, mind, body, and spirit, and you're letting that emanate out from you in the best ways, higher than the ego stuff, the shallow crap. Above it all, in service of light to it all, because shining the light on all of it lets you see what the truth of it all is, and the energy of truth will just make the evil scatter. The more of our lights that shine on this place in the truth, darkness has nowhere to go but gone in the wind, gone in the wind. So this is an energetic place. It's an energetic space that we're in for a temporary time to learn, to grow, to reshape ourselves, and to grow the most important part of ourselves, the forever self. But we're using it here in order to do that, because this place is challenging, but we bring our light to it. We use the light, and we alchemize, we transmute, which just means changing the negative into positive, changing lead into gold, right? What is heavy into light. Okay, you have that power. You exercise it maybe unknowingly to yourself all the time, right? Lots of times we call it moods, but we let our emotions dictate what our day is going to be. I'm not in a good mood, so everybody watch out, like you don't have any responsibility for that mood. None whatsoever. Just watch out. It's a big punch in the face. Here I come. I'm going to come without warning, and I'm going to leave without apology. Yeah, that's the ego way. Edges got out, edges the light out, edges the truth out, edges the harmony out, edges the oneness out. So, and it's in taking responsibility for this vessel and all that pervades from it, that we begin to shine brighter by knowing that this is the project. They are not the project. This is the project in order to help the whole project, in order to help God's project. So you got to become like your own project engineer of yourself, okay? And bring the best to yourself, feed yourself the best stuff, and, exercise, grow, nature, water, creativity, right at the top, laughter. Those are the things. And those are the things that you want to bring to the surface, because you keep bringing up the past, and the past wounds are going to dictate what comes out of here because you're kind of thinking about it lots of times unconsciously, or you're in an old mood from it, or you're in an old mood by somebody that said something to you, and now you're offended, and you're carrying that whole offense forward, and now you're peppering your whole day with it. Transference of energy. See how that works? If you take offense to everything, you're going to be in constant battle mode. Constant battle mode. So, that's ego. That's how it traps you. That's how it traps you, by being offended, being, all kinds of low energy, thinking about outside judgment rather than saying, what would the light think about this? And where should I be in all of this? So many things you don't have to have an opinion on at all. Neutrality is neutrality with love. Neutrality. I'm going to give you the light of my neutrality, is that I see the struggle that you're in, and I see really what you need. But and I can help you off that ledge. But the bigger lessons, you're gonna really learn yourself, and we all know that. But it's just an inconvenient truth. It's an inconvenient truth. We have to take responsibility for ourselves. Crap! I wanted to blame everybody else for my problems. Shit. Well, that sucks. I don't feel like doing that kind of work. I'm just going to continue to blame others. Well, good luck with that. So your new core beliefs goes like this. One of the most important pieces of life information you must know and become aware of is that you are a being of energy beneath your physical outer shell. This real you is, in fact, the ghost within the machine. You're the spirit. You're the forever self. And you've got a beautiful shell for a while that you get to travel in. So treat it well. Like I always say, treat it well. This is your home that you're in for the time you're here. So exercise that home. It needs it. The ghost, also known as your spirit, is the one who's animating and using your earthly machine for your temporary visit here. So while we are here, we are all dual-natured beings, both positive and negative, opposites within one form. We are made up of many different feeling energies, ones we like and ones that make us feel less than our best. Sometimes much less, right? We're all in a range. It's all a level and a sphere of emotions, from like a radio station up and down the dial of where we can be in ourselves. So we have to stop letting the outside world dictate that. And we start taking our own internal advice from our highest self, from our highest place, where we really know what we could be doing and what we should be doing, but we haven't been. But when we do it, we feel good. And when we do it, we grow. Our garden grows. And then when we leave behind this old stuff, it just wilts by taking our attention away from it. What you put your attention on grows. If it's always the outside world, you're going to stay stuck in the matrix of doom and gloom, and you got to break out of that wheel. The only way to break out of it is truth. Truth of who we really are. If we really are, it's above all this crap. It's above the play. It's above this human play. It says, listen, we're all from the same home. We're all got different characters and roles to play here. But once we realize the truth, all of us can just wake up and say, all right, let's get on with the good stuff. That was nonsense for centuries. Nonsense. Taught us a lot. But man, how far do we have to go? How many times do we have to go around the wheel to learn that lesson? My God. Unity is the only way. Is the only sane way. Remembrance is the only sane way. So at the very bottom of the ladder, we have our more earthly and primal energies. These serve to protect us. They're like our survival mechanisms. Fear was intended to be like, hey, don't let the bear eat you. Watch out for that. But then it was used as a weapon. It became being used as a weapon, and it became much bigger than it actually is. And we all started to get lost in its days. Oh my God, this could happen. This could happen. And well, it's the earthly realm. It's the physical realm. And things can seem like, always in constant motion, because they are. But what are we being shown constantly to alter our perception of what it's about and what we are? My God, We've seen what we are, haven't we? Aren't we sick of the sickness by now? Aren't we sick of the sickness? Don't we want to come home to who we really are and remember and get on with serving each other our best, so we can go anywhere in this place, in this God's realms, and without fear of this or that or the other thing. All the lower stuff, don't even have to think about it because we all know it's not real. At the very bottom of the ladder, we have our more earthly or primal energies. These serve to protect us in some ways and get us in trouble in many other ways. Some of these would be described as the lower states of mind, like anger and disappointment and hatred and competition and fear, disharmony, nervousness, anxiety, martyrdom, self-pity, and many others in the realm of what's known as ego consciousness. The ego side of us tells us lies about ourselves and everyone else. You know this voice. We all do. It's here to give us contrast, not to believe that it's actually us, because it isn't. This is our put together self by the name, where we came from, our culture, and so much stuff that we were just given and handed. We were handed a religion. We were handed all this stuff, and could be most of it. It could be great, but there's a lot of it in there that could be dogma. There's lots of it in there that you really want to look at and say, okay, what of this that I've been handed do I want to carry forward? What do I see? Because we're all evolving, we're all growing, and we say, okay, well, that's nonsense. I grew up with that nonsense, and I'm not carrying that nonsense forward. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? It certainly will not serve my life. It will serve to destroy my life if I carry that forward. I've seen what it did to me. I've seen how it made me feel. And I remember serving it up many times. And it made me ill. It made me ill serving up something that just I knew wasn't right, but I kept serving it. So no longer, it's part of cleaning up the house. It's part of getting away from your dis-ease, which happens to be tomorrow's message. Dis-ease. We're out of ease. We're out of the ease of being our true self, our most grounded, settled, beautiful, centered self. Dis-ease is when we take ourselves out of it, or when we let the outer world take us out of it. We have those 3 alarm friends that no matter what you do, when you're getting a call, it's going to be some kind of 3 alarmer. It's just going to be, let me tell you what great things are now. Do you know what happened today? Man. So it's like in this newer age, what you want to really do is you got to protect that peace, and you're not going to get yourself into all of the old stuff, because you realize how much it took you out of that peace, and for no great reason, just for old habitual stuff, without really examining it for the truth. What is it bringing you, or is it stagnating you in somehow? Is it keeping you down somehow? And you just haven't looked at it like that before. So that's okay. But once you see it, be it. So moving up the ladder, however, you'll find higher energies of the spirit. These would include love in all its forms and symbols, heart-centered energies, the ones that make you feel good, joy, happiness, trust, the ability to trust, certainly the ability to trust yourself in that energy. Because no matter what, if you know it's aligned and right, others may not see that. But you're walking in it. So walk in it. Walk in it. And be okay with that. Everybody else will have to adjust. Everybody else has to adjust. But it won't be a hard adjustment, because you'll be walking with good energy, right? And soon to realize that that's just really all you want to be around and in. And the nonsense is just falling away so much that it's kind of like you're drinking sour milk if you do it. The old sour milk. Yeah. Okay. So the ones that make you feel good, joy, happiness, trust, inner peace, calm, confidence. When you're calm, you're already there. Just like, okay, everything's cool. Everything's chill. But in anxiety town, we're bing banging and buzzing off of everybody else's emotions, and we're soaking them up, and we're not doing things for ourselves. We're just going to be in other people's energy, thinking it's our own, and wondering why you're depressed. It is the zones that we're in, the zones we entertain in ourselves. in ourselves. Don't forget, you're a tuning fork, you're a radio station. And if you're tuning into other people's low energy, guess where you're going to be? Guess where you're going to be? Maybe you can shift it. Like I say, maybe you can shift it. But if not, you don't want to be in static all the time. You don't want to be in static. You can never hear your heart space clearly in static. You can never hear the divine clearly in static. Our clarity, we lose our clarity in negative static. So look around your house. Where are you keep entertaining it? Where do you keep, where's the news? Is it constantly on in the background? Constantly, that low buzz, a low frequency on in there. It's like having a machine that with different, might as well just have different energies on a machine. I think there's a Rife machine or something with energies in it. And it has different frequencies that heal and frequencies that keep us low. What do you think that TV is? What do you think that is? Programming. It is absolutely programming. This is what's normal. This is what's normal. This is what you can expect. Oh, God Almighty, we're creators and we're expecting other people to tell us what we should expect. Man alive. N-O. N-O. That is the crap we're leaving. We have independent thought because we have independent connection to the divine. So lose your connection to the political crap. Lose your connection to anything but the divine. Lose your connection to negativity in all its essences. It's just bringing you down. And it isn't doing no good for your gardening. No good. Other than to recognize what to weed out, what to keep weeding. And every day, in every way, thoughts, words, and deeds that come out of these lips are seeds for your future. What's coming out of this yapper? What are you thinking about all the time? What are your actions doing? Are they in line with the life you want to live, with the person you're becoming, with the one that God's already kind of been tinkering around in for some time? And maybe you've been resisting it. Maybe you've been resisting it your whole life, and you realize this character is no longer enough to play in this new world because ego has lost its power. Ego has lost its power. We can clearly see through it now. So it will do you no good in this future world that we're coming into, because it's coming into light and truth. And so we have to deal on that level of integrity, or we'll recognize clearly that where we want to and don't want to be, and what we want to and don't want to entertain and serve and have habits of ourselves any longer. You realize it's like, oh man, I have to change all this stuff. No, change is good. Change in the form of you're releasing more of your own light by dropping the dirt bags, the dirt bags of yesteryear, those old memories that you keep bringing up and keep creating the same kind of stuff, create the same relationships because you're not loving yourself in some way. You keep attracting the same kind of bags of dirt when you yourself are a beautiful, shining, bright light. And so you may be such a sweetheart that's what you attract is wounded people, because empaths can do that all the time. But you have to be an empath, a strong empath. You have to be one with good, strong boundaries to recognize that your light is vital to this world and can't be scattered in places that it's just going to be energy vampired and just swallowed and keep coming around, please, because I need your light, because I have none of my own. I haven't nurtured it myself, and I need to eat from your garden because I haven't nurtured my own garden. We all have to tend to our own gardens to have lush, full life. It's our life. Our garden is our life. Our garden is our story. Our garden is what we came here to increase in beauty, because the whole world is that garden. And in truth, we are all gardeners. And we take up the hoe in the right way. I'm such from Troy. And we begin to garden properly. Then we have a fun life. We have a fun, funny, laughter-filled, meaningful, In sad times, you're right there and there. And so you're there with that same magic in the worst and the best of times. That, my friend, is the best you can do. So however you do that, you bring that from here, it's the best you can do. And never be sorry for doing that. Just because somebody else doesn't seem to embody that yet. You can shoot them some silent blessings if that's the best that you can do right there, and you'll know it. But the silent blessings of remembrance for everybody is absolutely crucial. So blessings instead of scorn. Blessings instead of scorn. Where are you giving from? You're giving from your ego, the delusion, the fake self, the temporary character, or you're giving from the forever self, the one with all of the best stuff of what you created so far, and giving that outward as a blessing from the divine and what the divine has put through you, is putting through you. Okay? So let's see. So moving up that ladder, this is our true voice, the voice from home. This is the eternal voice of truth and all knowing. We're all connected to it. We are never fully disconnected from it. We can't be. We can't be. So there's always a little flicker in there. No matter how far you think you've gone, you can bring that flicker to a flame, and that flame into the phoenix, pulling you out of the ashes and pushing you forward, right up into the sky. Okay? You be your own phoenix. You be your own phoenix that way. And then you've got that fire in there, boy. You got it in there. It's just you got to fan those flames of truth with you moving with it rather than just looking at it from afar and being scared of it. It's you walking home to your best self is all it is. Don't be scared of that. Be scared of not leaving that. Be scared of not leaving that. Come into that. And that's it. That's your walk. That's a beautiful walk, my friend. That's it. Okay, so you have total access to it because you are part of it, not separate or outside of it. Getting to know all of your energies will allow you to use the lower ones as your internal alarm to wake back up and shine instead, if you can. I'm not saying that when you're sad, you got to avoid the sadness. No, you got to feel it. It's there for a reason. You came here to feel those feelings, as an eternal being of light. You came here to feel it all. Good, bad, and indifferent. You came here to feel it all. That's the truth of it. But in feeling all of it, you get the full scope and experience of what this place is all about. And then you know what to bring to it, won't you? Because you've felt it all. Because you've felt the despair. You've felt the disappointment. You've felt the abandonment. You've felt abandoning yourself. You've felt abandoning others. You've felt all of it. And while you're not happy about it, and you're certainly not happy about a lot of your performances, that is all of us. That is all of us. And that is what happens in this school. So what do? We remember. We remember and we change the school. School's out for summer, baby. And we break the old rules and we break the old stupid wheel. And we start to teach differently right from the get-go, that love is who you really are. Because unless we're teaching that from the get-go, we're going to stay in that old wheel, and everybody that has more money will lord over the have-nots. But when we understand from the basics that we are all that love essence, and if we bring that to the world, we will be doing that most important work, and that our steps will be laid out before us, and our needs will be met, because we are serving the light, and the light will return to us in many beautiful forms and symbols. Okay? So, CTA today is spread your light on purpose. It's what we all need. It's what we all need. So I hope that helps you today. Like I said, tomorrow is dis-ease, being out of ease. And so being in ease is being centered. So start your days with intention, with saying, I'm just going to be my centered self today, and I hope I can bring that energy outwards. And if not, I'm going to do my best to stay there. And if I fall off, I know how to get back up. And I'm going to go home, and I'm not going to rail against my day. I'm going to take the lessons that I learned, and I'm going to squeeze out the crap. And I'm going to go to sleep knowing that I learned some more stuff today, some stuff I didn't want to know. But now that I know it, I can move forward with discernment. Discernment. All right. So I think that's the best we can do, my friends. The best we can do. So do your best today. Much love and light, and spread that today. You know what to do, and we'll see you tomorrow.